Hey, thank you so much for joining me in this video training. We are going to be looking at this is going to be like a crash course in creating little banner ads for your mobile ad bar plugin. But you can really use these techniques to create ads of any kind. This is something that I do for local businesses, make ads for them for magazines, for their websites, that kind of thing. And I make them for myself for banner ads and Facebook and all kinds of things. So you can use these same skills and this same site that I'm going to show you to make ads for just about anything. So let's jump right into it. Let me minimize myself here and get rid of that. So I use canva.com. It's free to use. You're just going to have to sign up for it with your email address and your name, I think, and create like a password and stuff. And once you get logged in, then basically they store all your designs for you, and everything like that. You can create all sorts of different stuff here if you haven't used it. I'm guessing you've probably heard of Canva. It's certainly nothing to be afraid of. I'm no designer. In fact, some of the people who look at my stuff are like, it seems like someone didn't have very good design skills who made stuff, and who made these ads or whatever. And you know what? I'm more of a copywriter at heart, and I know that the message on the ad is what really matters. It's not the actual the visuals, so much. So I don't worry about that stuff, and I don't worry about people telling me that stuff, because it's better to just get it done than start worrying about whether somebody thinks it looks good. Except your customers, of course. You gotta make them happy, right? So let me just pull up, before I go into the training on how to create these from scratch, I just want to show you, something here, because like yesterday a customer came to me, they texted and they're having issues. It's a law firm, and they're having issues with their phone system. And so, I've got the mobile ad bar working on their site for people to schedule appointments for them. But I switched that out and put this message on there, so basically, until they've got their phone system situated, we've got this on the page for mobile phone visitors, so people who are coming to them from smartphones, and then we've got a similar message at the top of the site for desktop users. So there's a lot of different uses for the mobile ad bar plugin, and and stuff you can do with image ads, right? It can be a message that's important like this. It's not always advertising something. So get creative with this stuff, and find different uses, and it'll really help your customers out, and they'll love you for it. So you'll see here on the left that there's all these different like pre-made designs for you too. Like, isn't this crazy? I'm just using a 728 by 90 ad size here, and since that's a standard size, like, there's all these pre-made creatives that are ready for you to edit, and that's kind of what we do in Canva. So let's start from the beginning, and I'm just going to show you kind of how I go about it. I'm not gonna say that this is the best way or whatever, but it's one way, right? So you can basically just kind of go in and search for like a banner ad, but I don't have good results with that usually. So if you do 728, yeah, here we go, 728 by 90, and search on that, that's basically going to go out and look around for you, find some templates. The other thing you can do, and see, some of these don't even look like they would fit, so I don't know why they come back in the search results, but you can just click this button to create a design, and then just type in 728, height is 90, create new design. Okay, so that's kind of how it works when you're starting from scratch. So all we do is create design. So you can do this from the home screen, right? You can go on home. There's always that purple button up by your account settings over in the top right. So create a design, type in 728 by 90 or 468 by 60. Those are both kind of like on the same scale. So 468 is just reducing the size, and we do that for you in the mobile ad bar plugin. So it's just that you've got to be on that thin sort of ad type for us to be able to make it work. And then and of course, if you're making an ad of a different size, then you can type in whatever you want here. I mean, this is important because, like, if you're making ads for other people, they'll usually give you dimensions they need in pixels, which is what this PX means at the end of the label there. And then you can just type those dimensions in, height times width, and then they'll create the square for you, and you can start dragging elements in. Now the way it works, you can see again, we've got templates, and that's the tab we're on up here on the top left, right? We've got elements, okay, so this is where you can drag stuff in, photos, graphics. You've got uploads, right? So you can upload different things in here. And then you've got text, okay? So these are all different things you can do, and even inside Canva, I mean, it looks like we're making an image here, but we can actually save this as a GIF too. So like if you want to add some dynamic text, which we'll do here in a minute, then you can do that and save it as a GIF, and then you can use that on the mobile ad bar plugin, or you can use it on, different ads. Obviously, it won't work in a magazine or print type environment, but it can work online. So let's look at these templates though, because that's a nice, easy place to start, right? So I think, I'm no designer, but you just have to think about, like, okay, for the website, I'm going to put this ad on. What are the colors of that site? And like, what are the main colors? And so, like, if the site is primarily white with like black text and, color logo and stuff, that's cool. I won't get into like trying to match the colors and stuff like that. I mean, that's all possible. But I think the key thing you want here is just contrast, right? And not in a bad way, but you want, when we're thinking about a mobile ad bar, we want the ad to be visible on top of, the page when a user's looking at it on their phone, right? And so the way we do that here, so let's look at one of my demo sites where I put the mobile ad bar. Okay, so this is mostly white, right? So I don't really maintain this site anymore, but now if I make this small enough that the ad bar shows up, see, I made a dark one here, right? So that it's really clear, and it's got this red thing at the bottom and stuff. So like it kind of stands out on a mobile screen so that people are going to see it, right? I wouldn't want this, to be the same color scheme on like a dark site, because then the customer on their phone, like, they're never going to see your ad down here, right? And so that's just kind of basics of, what I'm trying to get across is making sure that in your design, your contrast is enough that people are actually going to see the ad, right? Okay, so let's get back to business here, and let's design something dark, right? Because most sites are light. So we'll just grab this template. It looks pretty good. And all I did to do that was just click over here on this template thing, right? And now in Canva, each one of these things is like editable. I can move it. You can see these little pink lines show up so that you can align everything and center it and stuff. And then if I just double click that, you can see, like, I can change the font, right? So we can make this into a different font, change the size and the colors and all of that stuff. And we can even animate it, right? So this is kind of what I've been liking to do. Now, we don't want to make ad bars that are super flashy and annoying, I don't think. I mean, you may want to. It's up to you. It's yours. You got the freedom to do whatever you want, but I think, generally speaking, like, the point isn't to, like, over annoy everybody. But it's good to get attention, right? So like I can click on animate in here in Canva. Now I should pause right here because I pay $12.95 $12.95 a month for the premium Canva version. So it's possible some of the things that we see today are only available in that version. So if you don't get to animate it, don't worry about it. I mean, it's not the most essential thing, right? If you want to be able to do that, then, I think it's like a free 30-day trial to set up or with Canvas, so you could even like make some ads and then never subscribe if you wanted. But this is the one I like to use, is the typewriter. It's not too annoying, and then the thing you've got is like a time scale here. So essentially you can have it rerun every like 10 seconds. If it's running like every second or 5 seconds, that's when it can get a little annoying, right? So I kind of recommend that 10-second type time frame. Now let's put our message here. Okay, and buy now, right? So this can be a button that takes people to a sales page. It could take them to a checkout form. It could take them to an email subscription form, right? I mean, so your possibilities are limitless with the mobile ad bar plugin. The image ad that you're creating right now is, you just want to be thinking about like what message you want or what action you want people to take when they see this. Like, what are you calling them to do, right? So it could be call us, right? I mean, I advertise using this as an appointment setter, which is what I do with law firms. Is we install this and then basically just do something along the lines of our schedule, a free consult now, right? Super simple. And then basically we just, in the mobile ad bar plugin on their website, I just link to their Calendly page where they're all set up, their accounts set up to their calendars and everything, and people can book appointments. They can see what time slots are available and register and all that stuff, right? Super easy. So that is like one use case. So just think about like what you're trying to do when you're designing these, and so we can move this around a little bit. Okay, call us. You can put their logo there. There's so many logos and stuff you can use in the elements here. So like, let's say we're doing, instead of a appointment, we could do, something different, right? This could be let's see, scarf sale going on now, right? For a retailer, e-commerce, or even offline. So these are the kinds of things we can create. You'll see like this is just some kind of image they've added here. We can delete it if we want. There's so many different elements around. So if this is a scarf, let's see if there are any good scarf pictures here. Questionable. Here we go. Let's try this. Right, we'll get rid of this little call us one. Scarf sale now. Okay, not bad. Okay, like I said, I'm not like, this isn't design school. This is just like get it done and get on your way kind of school. And so that's basically how the design process works. Now, when you're done with one of these, just give it a name and then you can download it, right? So since this one has animation, that typewriter thing where it writes out the letters, I'm going to save it as a GIF, okay? And then you can just download it to your computer, and then from there you can upload it into the mobile ad bar plugin, right? So that's kind of how that works. Okay, so that's how the download looks. Now let's just say, okay, I'm going to click on this now. I'm going to take off our animation thing, okay? So let's just do none now, okay? And same with this, we'll just see how that's highlighted there. We don't want to animate anything, so I'm just going to remove it. Okay, so there's no animation anymore. All right, this is just a plain image, and now when I download it, it's just going to say, oh, do you want that to be a PNG or a JPEG? I recommend JPEG. That's just a smaller file size for the internet, and since these are showing on mobile phones, you want small file sizes because they load faster, right? So we'll say JPEG, and then boom, we just say download. Don't have to overthink it about the quality and stuff. We don't want to mess with the size here. It's just good to go as is, and then once you've downloaded it, you can upload it into your website and use it as a mobile ad bar. Okay, so that's kind of how the design works. It's super easy, and now what's really cool is this thing like auto saves it for you, right? So we can basically just be done with that, okay, and come back to our home here. And okay, so you're going to see it in your designs in a minute, like when you refresh the page. You can see some of the ones I've created for our different sites. I just send people to our checkout pages and stuff like that. You'll have this template though, right? So you'll have done it once, and what's cool is you can go into your designs once you've created the first one, and you can just say make a copy. All right, and then you can open that one, and it's just going to give it a new name, copy of, right? And then you can just totally, you could test a different message here if you wanted for split testing, or you can just change the whole design if you want and just start over, okay? So that's kind of how it works, and it's super easy to do. I hope that helps you get on the right track and be able to make all the different types of ads you need. So there you go. And of course, there's more like tutorials on YouTube and stuff for Canva. So like if you really want to get into it and learn a lot more cool stuff, certainly check that out. But I think this will get you started with how to make the ads we need for the mobile ad bar. So thanks a lot for joining me, and we'll see you.